Okay guys, I know I'm super late on this video. I meant to have it like out a month ago, but shit came up. Actually, you want to know what it is? It's confession time. Some of you may find this hard to believe, but I'm actually a very hardcore gamer. I play video games all the fucking time. It's what I do with most of my downtime. I know, it's a shock, but yeah, that's so, I was going to have it out, and then, I needed something to do while waiting for the Resident Evil 2 remake. And Devil May Cry 5 was announced, so I started playing a lot of Devil May Cry. All of it, like the HD collection, and then the special edition of Devil May Cry 4. And then I became super psyched for Devil May Cry 5, so, and then Spider-Man came out, and then, Mega Man 11, and then, Shadow of the Tomb Raider. And, yeah, I just been gaming, like, a lot. It's one reason I could never be one of those, like, daily content YouTubers, the ones that are like, always, like, share, subscribe for daily content. I can't, no. I can't give you daily content. That would cut into too much of my gaming time. But, a lot of you have subscribed. I have subscribers, and that's one reason I keep coming back, because I wanted to make this channel for the people that, I've been gaming for years, so, I know a lot, and there's a lot that I know that I don't hear from other YouTubers, and that's one reason I wanted to do this channel, because I knew I could do a lot of it better than a lot of YouTubers out there. So I keep coming back because you guys are here, and you liked what you heard, you liked what you saw, and I owe it to you guys for subscribing to me. I owe you more content, so I will keep coming back. And despite YouTube's bullshit and my channel not being monetized anymore, like, big fucking deal. I don't do this for them. I don't do it for advertisers. So I'm back, and I'm giving you more content, and in fact, I'm coming out with this video, and I'm also working on another video that I wanted to put out soon as well, and I want to put this one out and the next one out at least before Red Dead Redemption 2, because shit. Let's be honest, guys. That's going to take up a lot of our time, admittedly. And you guys should take a break too, and play that game, because I know I'm going to. Some of you can relate to this, I think, but I play video games the way most people like watch TV, and I don't just mean like cable TV. I mean, like, they'll watch TV, or they'll watch Netflix, or they'll watch YouTube. That's how much every fucking day, basically I play video games. And in fact, it's like, it would be weird. I would have to be like out of town, staying at a hotel or some shit, for me to go a day without playing video games. That's how much. To call it a hobby, it doesn't do it justice. It really doesn't. Hobby doesn't seem like the right word. When I hear the word hobby, I think, oh yeah, I love going fishing on the weekends. It's great. No, it's every day. It's routine is a better word. But, since video games are an interest of mine, I guess hobby is technically the right term. But you know what I mean. It wouldn't be fair to call somebody who plays video games every now and then, maybe they have kids, they'll play with the kids, to call it a hobby for that guy, and to call it a hobby for me, while technically accurate, there's a clear fucking difference, you know what I mean? Yeah, and that's also another reason why, it takes me so long. Yeah, but when I do come back, I can't do like a 7-minute, or 10-minute video. It doesn't seem fair to you guys, because you wait forever for my next video. So I want to, give you something really, good to chew on. So there'll be 20 minutes or more, because it just doesn't seem right. I can't make like a little quick video. Maybe if I was ever successful in coming out with a video not long after I put out a previous video, I could do like a 6-7 minute one, maybe an update on something. But when you guys are waiting this long for my content, it doesn't seem right for me to cheat you like that. It does seem like I'm cheating you of good content. So that's me explaining myself. That's me explaining why it takes me forever sometimes to come out with these. But you know, I am aware that you guys are out there, and I do want to give you great content you can keep coming back to, because it's only right. It's only right. Now, with that out of the way, let's get to the topic of this video, which is Devil May Cry, specifically Devil May Cry 5, and something that not a lot of people either know or are talking about, and that's the fact that Devil May Cry 5 is, in addition to Resident Evil 2, using the RE engine. I've heard people say that Devil May Cry 5 has photorealistic backgrounds and things like that, but a lot of them aren't mentioning that it's actually using the exact same engine as the Resident Evil 2 remake, and it is. There's a lot I could tell you about Devil May Cry as a series, like a lot. There's a lot I could tell you about the Divine Comedy, which it's based on, written by Dante Alighieri, but if you want that video, let me know. I mean, I don't mind making that, but I do want to kind of stay on point, and mainly because a lot of people aren't talking about this. So, Resident Evil 2 remake is going to be pretty dark. It already looks great. It already looks better than the CG movies, just like Resident Evil 7. But Devil May Cry 5 might give us a better idea of what the RE engine can actually achieve, because it's a faster paced action game. The camera is definitely zoomed out a whole lot more than it will be from the characters in Resident Evil 2, and the monsters will be a lot more unique. I mean, I've heard some people say, well, Resident Evil 7 was basically a test for a beta test for the RE engine. I don't think that's really inaccurate. I mean, it showed us a little bit of what it could do, but all the monsters were made of mold, and we saw realistic faces and hands and things like that. But there wasn't a lot of variety in that game, and that was one of that game's biggest problems. But there will be a lot of variety in Resident Evil 2 and in Devil May Cry 5. A whole lot of variety. One of the things they've done with Devil May Cry 5 is they have used, and not long after it was announced, they've used actual models, scanned their faces. Then we learned who they were, who was playing Dante, who was playing Nero. And one of the things Capcom released was information that they didn't just scan their faces; they scanned their whole bodies, which it's weird because I didn't necessarily think they didn't scan their whole bodies, but it never occurred to me that they weren't doing that already. So I guess that means that the guy playing Chris in Resident Evil 7 just had his face scanned, and that was it. But the more Capcom shows us what the RE engine can do, the more it looks like this right here was completely avoidable. It did not need to happen whatsoever. Because remember what Capcom said. They're like, well, this is what Chris would look like if he existed in real life. And so, but what we've learned is, they do know how to pick out people that do look like the characters we love. Like I said in a previous video, when we saw Leon, people cheered because you could tell that was Leon. Some people complain about how Claire looks, but even in recent videos, she looks a lot better. So they've tweaked her a little bit, I think, and some people are starting to come around. Ada, we if it weren't for those shades, which are weird at night and indoors, we maybe get a better look at Ada's face, but by and large, they all look like how they used to look. And in Devil May Cry, at first when we saw Dante at the end of that first trailer, yeah, he looked old. Even I thought he looked old. I thought he looked weird. But then when we saw him later, we saw more scenes with him. He looks great. He looks fucking great. And Nero, a lot of people were turned off by his look. I'm kind of fine with it. But then we've also seen Trish and Lady now, and they look fucking hot. I mean, they know it's obviously possible to get people that look like the characters we know. And even if they find somebody with the right face, if they need somebody with the right body, they can go with someone else's body. So Redfake over here, it was unnecessary. You could have got a dude who looks like Chris, and if he didn't have the right body type, I mean, you can scan some other jacked fucking dude's body, like someone who does have the fucking steroidal RE5, alpha male look. I mean, the possibilities were endless, and Capcom sort of fed us that line of bullshit, which I think, Avid Expert mentioned in one of his videos that there were some of the information that came out in leaks were that Jun Takeuchi, the guy in charge, the main producer, wanted Chris and Umbrella, and that Umbrella Chopper in Resident Evil 7. No explanation necessary, just throw them in. And part of me has always suspected after hearing that Mr. I'm Redfield, we're glad we found you. It wasn't meant to be Chris. I mean, he was maybe meant to be somebody else. Yeah, I would have liked it if they meant for him to be Honk. That would have been cool, but there's no way to ever know. But I don't think he was meant to be Chris. And when they said put in Chris, they were like, well, let's do it. And the release window was coming up, so I think it was by then too late to get somebody who actually did look like Chris. And I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt here. I'm not basing that on anything I've heard. But how else do you explain, like, somebody who looks drastically different from a character, a fan favorite character? I mean, how else do you explain it? By the way, I actually had to pop in my Resident Evil 7 disc and turn it on to get this footage, because I deleted all my Resident Evil 7 footage for my Resident Evil 7 video to make space on my hard drive. So I had to go back in and, save some more video. And I kind of noticed that, is it just me, or does the ending to Resident Evil 7 look a lot better than it used to? Everything looks more polished and better. And I could have sworn that this scene right here was like at eye level, like Chris was at eye level with Ethan. Maybe I'm crazy, but I mean, just take a look, dude. Pay attention. Especially this scene up here with Mia. It looks better somehow. Doesn't it? It's weird, right? I don't know, maybe it was the last update that Capcom gave Resident Evil 7, but I don't know, it looks better. I don't have anything to compare it to, because like I said, I deleted all my old footage, but I don't know, it's weird. But anyway, we'd heard that Capcom was going to use the RE engine for other games besides Resident Evil, and that has turned out to be true. They were using it for Devil May Cry 5. It'll be interesting to learn later on, because we always learn this kind of stuff later on, if they were making Devil May Cry 5 with another engine, because apparently that game had been a few years in development for a few years now. And so did its development maybe start around the same time as Resident Evil 7, or right after Resident Evil 7? It'll be interesting to learn that. It looks fucking great, same as Resident Evil 2, and because it'll be a lot faster, because it's an action game, it'll definitely, we'll be able to see how much the speed can push the RE engine, and if it'll be choppy. Everything looks seamless and great right now. I mean, I'm really impressed with what Capcom has shown us, and even though I'm more excited for Resident Evil 2 because it's fucking Resident Evil 2, I am super psyched for Devil May Cry 5 as well, and thankfully we are getting it just 2 months after Resident Evil 2. It's gonna be great, and well, I'm actually really making good time. This video I think is gonna be a little bit shorter than I was expecting it to be, but maybe then it'll get more views, because the runtime won't be as intimidating. I know somebody will look at like 30 to 15 minute videos is like, oh shit, I don't have time for that. I'll watch it later. I know that because I do that too. Sometimes I'm like, I don't have time for that yet. I want to watch it, but maybe later. Maybe later, yeah. But yeah. So let me know what you think of this video. Like, share, subscribe, recommend me to a friend. I mean, we've sort of learned that there's a correlation between those channels that are monetized and those that are not, i.e. my videos won't appear in your recommendations very much since my channel's not monetized. So the way you can help me out with that is by liking and sharing and subscribing, and let everyone know. If you like my content, let everyone know. If it helps, I will make you this pledge. I'm not gonna kowtow to advertisers, to YouTube. I'm gonna cuss all I fucking want to. I'm never gonna censor myself. I hate that. I understand why certain YouTubers will censor themselves because they already have a larger following and they want to get their silver play button. I get it, fine, but that's not me. I'm not gonna do that. Okay, I want my channel to be a place of free expression, so I'm not gonna fucking censor myself for the sake of, an advertiser's feelings. Okay, that's not me. I'm never gonna fucking do that. I don't kiss anyone's ass. If you can respect that, if you like that, then yeah, do me a favor, let your friends know about me, share my videos, like, comment, thumbs up, all that shit. Even thumbs down helps me. I mean, I would appreciate hearing why you gave it a thumbs down, just because, I want to make my channel better. But, comments also help with the traffic of my channel and how much play they get. So that's the least I can do is give you content that's not going to be censored, that's not going to be any kind of watered down just because I want, money. I don't do this for money. I do this for fun. So I am coming out with another video soon. I want to talk about Dead or Alive 6. And that video, it's going to be for the DOA fans, but it is going to be for you Tekken fans and you Soul Calibur fans and you Virtual Fighter fans. Because I think a lot of you out there have never given Dead or Alive a real shot, and I want to try and convince you to actually pick it up because it's a fucking game that's worth playing, and you guys just haven't given it a fair shake yet. I also want to address the controversy about the toning down the fan service, aka the sex appeal, because a lot of it seems to have been exaggerated. It's not nearly as bad as the impression that even I was getting in the beginning. So that'll be my next video, and I've actually been chomping at the bit to put out that video. I almost made that video before this one that you're watching because I feel really passionate about it, but I had to get this one out of the way first, so there's that. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. I will actually see you very soon. I promise I'm going to put that video out very soon because, like I said, Red Dead Redemption 2 is coming out, and you guys can go fuck yourselves while I'm playing that game. And I'm sure you guys feel the same way about that game toward me and other YouTubers. So we can all agree that we're all going to be playing Red Dead 2. See you guys next time.